This is the Alienware M17R2. This laptop was first shown in Computex 2019. We went to Alienware's venue and this laptop was one of the main highlights during the event, and finally we got to review it. And this is what we want to tell you about this laptop. Let's start off with the positives first. Firstly, the Alienware M17R2 comes with this very sleek design, which I personally like. The build quality is also very strong. So you can do this, pick it up, twisting, does nothing, and it's relatively slim for a laptop of this caliber. And you might realize that this whole laptop is not that reflective because it comes with this soft touch coating material. And then when you open it up, you can see the classy RGB on the Alienware logo on the lid itself, and also this, I don't know what's it called, but the software it calls it Tron. So maybe they have some neon lights that make it look like Tron inspired, I'm not too sure. Opening up the lid itself, the first thing you will look at is the keyboard itself, because this keyboard is actually very nice to type on. It is rather springy, and I would say that it is very responsive to whatever you're doing. It has a very satisfying click, very good bounce back, and also a fairly long travel distance. It is also suitable for gaming because of the fast bounce back, and also it is just responsive and nice to type on, even though you are not gaming. If you are running off of battery, which doesn't last long, come on, this is a gaming laptop after all. The trackpad is made out of glass and my fingers can glide on it very smoothly, and the sensitivity of this trackpad is rather high. I had to set it to low on the Windows setting itself, and the gestures work very well, and it's just overall a decent trackpad on a laptop. The second thing you will look at when you open up the Alienware M17R2 is the Tobii eye tracker. It is very well integrated into the hinge part of the laptop itself, and the Tobii eye tracker, although the usage is very niche, I do find it a bit of a party trick, I guess, when I can tell people, or show people in this case, where my eye is looking when I'm playing some games like Overwatch or CSGO. If you are playing some compatible games like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, you can have some special controls made specifically for your eyes. For example, you can also throw grenades in Shadow of the Tomb Raider by just looking at whatever direction you want the grenade to throw at. With such a big form factor also comes great performance. So the Alienware M17R2 that we have here is actually configured to the highest specs available. So it comes with a Core i9 9980HK, 16 gigs of DDR4 2666 RAM, and also an Nvidia RTX 2080 Max-Q. And obviously the gaming performance on this thing is top of the line. The thermal performance on this laptop is also very good, as the CPU is only at about 85 degrees most of the time, and the GPU is capped at 75 degrees Celsius at most. And it is also very quiet, and that is the one thing that I really like about this laptop. And those are the positives that I have to say about the Alienware M17R2. And here comes the drawbacks. Firstly, this protruding back part here is actually kind of annoying. This is a 17.3-inch laptop with a very good display with 144Hz, but because of that protrusion at the back here, that means most of your backpacks, even though it is stated to fit in 17.3-inch laptops, it might not fit this laptop because of that extra bulk at the back there. And then opening up the backplate, which is relatively easy, they're all captive screws and the back just slides off really easily. And opening up, the first thing you realize is the lack of upgradability. The only thing you can do here is to put in a brand new M.2 NVMe SSD or swap in your existing one. But the RAM is soldered, there is no 2.5-inch hard disk mount, and from the looks of it, Alienware could have rearranged some of the components because there is just quite a lot of free space in the laptop itself. So if you rearrange the PCB or components or whatever, you can get a bit more extra space to fit in a 2.5-inch disk mount. And over the long run, you might want to reapply your thermal paste, but you cannot do that easily here because there is no direct access to the cooling solution in this laptop. You will have to take out the entire motherboard, flip it around, unscrew the entire cooling module just to reapply your thermal paste, which I find it to be kind of awkward, since that you might want to service the laptop your own. Well, I know that Alienware does offer Dell's customer service or whatever. But what if that ends? Especially thermal paste, it's something that you need to change constantly, and when it dried up, you will definitely need to reapply them. And then we reassemble the entire laptop and boot it up to find the Alienware Command Center software. I would say that the software is kind of counterintuitive. There is some behavior of this software that just goes against your preconception on how software works. So for example, if you click the RGB lighting mode, you have to keep note of what zones you are selecting. And then lastly comes the build quality. I know the build quality is actually pretty good, but the coating material on this laptop itself is something that I am personally really concerned about. It is a soft touch material that does look good and feel good, but over the long run, I think, and it may get sticky over time. So it's something to worry about. So the soft touch material might look nice and feel nice now, but in the future when it gets sticky, you might want to get an external keyboard and mouse everywhere you go. So in conclusion, the Alienware M17R2, the soldered RAM is a major problem, and it can only go up to 16 gigs in Alienware's configuration page. Portability is an issue because of the backpack compatibility for the price of 17,056 ringgit. Remember, this is the decked out version. I would say it is way too high of a price, and that is all I have to say in this video. I'll see you next time.